With the Fly More, you get 2 additional batteries, some spare thumbsticks, some spare propellers. You get a USB charging hub. They did update it to a USB Type-C charging, which is awesome. And then of course you get a blade storage or a blade guard, but not necessarily for flying, but for actual storage. A bit closer at the drone, the size and weight is identical to the original Mavic Mini. It's still a sub 250 gram drone. It still has the exact same SD card placement, the same battery door that you saw in the original Mavic Mini. The USB has been upgraded to a USB Type-C, up from a micro USB. The few things that they did change is on the front, they did add a LED, although I will say it isn't very bright, but it's definitely nice to see that they've put something there that can help aid in the orientation of the drone. Now, the motors on this thing were also upgraded, so they're a little bit more power efficient, and they are also upgraded as far as performance, which is what helps achieve the max speed of like 36 miles per hour, and this thing definitely scoots, especially for its size. The camera has been upgraded from 2.7K to 4K, along with its bitrate to 100 megabits per second, up from 40, giving us a clearer image from less compression. Photos are still captured with a 12 megapixel camera, but with the addition of being able to shoot in RAW format. This is great for those of you that like to use these drones and capture some really cool aerial photography. This should give you a little bit more control in post-processing. Now, this is currently limited to photo mode. I don't foresee them adding a firmware update to give us raw shooting formats with like D-Cinelike and video mode, but who knows, maybe we'll see that in a future firmware update. Now, in 4K and 2K modes, we can shoot up to 30 frames per second with going up to 60 frames per second while in 1080p. All modes feature a digital zoom. 2.7 and 4K modes can go up to a 2x digital zoom, while 1080p can go up to 4x, but you can certainly see the quality start to degrade the further you go. We now have Ocusync 2.0 instead of just the enhanced Wi-Fi that we saw with the original Mavic Mini. This is a technology that you typically see in DJI's more expensive drones, but essentially it gives you a much further range, but more importantly, the connection to the drone is far more stable than just enhanced Wi-Fi. I was able to fly this thing 2 miles from me, still having 3 bars of connection strength and only needing to return just because of battery power. The controller that comes with the drone is fantastic. I have the Mavic Air 2. It's the same drone or the same controller that comes with that, and it's just an awesome design, the way they did it with the phone sitting on top and just on how well built it feels in the hand. The inputs on that thing are dead accurate. The drone just goes wherever you want. After a few charges and cruising around in cinema mode doing shots, I was able to achieve about 25 minutes of flight, which isn't too bad. I did notice a significant drop as soon as I swapped it into sport mode and was cruising around. I did see about 15, maybe to 19 minutes worth of flight time, which is something that I would expect while cruising at those speeds. Looking at getting into drones, DJI has created a perfect place to start. This thing has a solid connection. It's super compact and lightweight, easy to transport. It's under 250 grams. You don't have to worry about registering it with the FAA. And it's got an awesome camera for the size of this type of drone. So DJI once again has